Hello and welcome to Cherry Hills. You catch us just about to sort of kick off a little bit of our own little road train, essentially. Well, not necessarily a road train, more of a convoy. We need to get a whole bunch of stuff delivered to various places in the little town of Cherry Hills. We have to deliver to the brewery, we have to deliver to the flour mill, and we have to deliver to the spinnery. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. I want to just get vehicles all loaded up and ready to go. Now, we need a number of things. So we've got our 3 lorries here, all lined up, and we're going to fill each of these with various stuff. So first of these is going to be wheat. I'm going to leave that to fill while we take our semi with the flatbed across the road to fill it up with wool. We have an IT runner over there with a flatbed already. That is actually full, but we have all of the wool that we've got to take up there. So we're going to basically run a little 5-truck convoy all the way up to the town. We're going to drop off vehicles at various spots, and from there we will sort of fill things up. So what we'll do is this guy needs to be filled. So let me just check what we have on our things. It's set up for pallets, so let's just fill this guy up. We're not going to use a telehandler, it just takes too much time. Basically, I want to get all these on. If I can get all of them, it would be awesome, but we can't. So we've got essentially just 4 left over and that. So I'm going to drop this onto the road, and then we'll drop that guy behind. We need, obviously, the grain trucks will take a little while to fill, and they are filling. I'm wondering how. So I'm just going to park these on here for the moment. I'm not sure which order I'm going to do these in. I think I might do this one as the lead vehicle. I think this is possibly the slowest. It's also probably the hardest one to drive, given it is a semi, and I don't want to let the AI deal with it. So we're going to take that one, grab this, and we'll take him up, and we'll set him on to follow me while we sort out the other trucks, basically. What I'm going to do is there, that's fine. So let's go grab one of these. I'll just pull this forward and I'll set the next one off filling. We need barley, we need wheat, and then we need assorted grains. It doesn't really matter what the last grain type is. I think we can put anything in the flour mill as long as it's a grain. So effectively, as long as we've got barley and wheat for the brewery in the first 2, it doesn't really make any odds. This guy here can have anything in it. It doesn't matter. So we'll take these up. But basically, my plan is to try and dump as much of these into the brewery as possible, and then take them down to the. Whoops! I needed to get in this. And then take them down to the flour mill, and they can drop off what they've got at the flour mill. So the interesting thing about these trucks is I'm not sure if they're powerful enough to take this weight. we got on the Snetterton's farm a version of this which we've kind of modified to essentially have a better engine. And I'm wondering if this is actually, but that's a more hilly map. Let's get into this and see how we are doing. We're half full. So we should see what's going on. Right, I'm just wondering how many of these trucks do I have? Oh, let me actually kind of reminds me, I do need to check on something. We were doing it in the last episode and kind of didn't get round to verifying how many we had outstanding. We have 2 and we pulled 2 in, that's fine. And we kind of replaced one with one of our existing tippers, and then I think we need to buy a new one of these. We just purchase one of these, get all the attachments on it and the fancy tyres. This we're going to be using, I'm not sure actually where we're going to use it, to be honest. It's going to be one of the sites that require wood chip. Okay, that's finished. Pull this forward. Hopefully this can handle the hills. Right, last one. I don't really mind what we put in as long as it's a grain. I'm going to go with whatever we've got the most of, to be fair. We've got a lot of barley. We've got a lot of rye. Where's spelt? Spelt we've got a metric. Yeah, we've got a lot. We do have a lot of spelt. So I'm gonna add spelt if I can find it. We've got 2 million spelt. Okay. I'm gonna kind of pull this out onto the road here. I'm a little concerned about this trailer, and the same on this one actually. As much as I do like the IT runners, I constantly have issues with the trailers. It's one of these weirdnesses. I'm going to pull everything forward a bit whilst that fills up. So we've got drivers in each of the vehicles. Let's get into the lead. Let's kind of pull everybody forward a little bit. Get them. I mean, basically, this isn't a news piece of road. No one drives on this. We can basically just drop it there, and I think everything will be hunky dory. We have our trucks, so this is our little mini convoy. So effectively, we'll take everybody up to where the brewery is. Actually, we'll jump out and essentially detach the grain vehicles. Well, to be fair, this one can be detached essentially close to or nearby the flour mill. This is actually sitting quite nicely on the back. There's a lot of stuff going in here. I can't remember the fill level we put in the flour mill. I think it's 300,000. 100,000 or it's 350,000, something like that. It's quite a big number. I'm just going to reseat that one just to make sure. And he's now following, and we've got our little road train, our convoy of vehicles all ready to go. So these guys, the 2 lead vehicles, are going to go to the spinnery, our new spinnery, not the built-in spinnery. and let's get rolling. So this is going to be challenging because this first hill is going to take a lot out of these vehicles. They're pulling a lot of weight. So I kind of really just want to give the vehicles in the back a bit of time to catch up. Once they get rolling, we can speed up a little bit. The time it takes for them to sort of catch up and then, you know, just react a little bit to what we do is good. So basically those are really slow now. Kind of going to wait for them. Yeah, I might actually have to swap these around and put in the revised versions with the new engines. Just gives them a bit more horsepower. They're only 500. I think they're 520 horsepower. But the new one, essentially the modified version that I did, has a 700 horsepower engine option. It's quite a hill we've got here. We're pretty much at the crest of the hill, but those guys are still taking their time coming up. Little bit of, I say, little bit crawling up the hill, but they're coming, albeit slowly. But this next bit is downhill, so this could actually be just as interesting. They could lose control. It's a good job we've got no other vehicles in the way, as in like on the road. We have a clear road ahead of us. We control the road, as it were, at the moment. So we should be good. These guys are getting to the crest of the hill, so they should be able to make it over the top, and we can gently go down the hill now. And these guys, well, I'm going to try and keep speed. Well, I'm going to let it cruise down the hill, really. They've got a bit of weight to them, so they're going to go quickly as well. That's the other issue, is that if they hit anything, like that, is literally, oh, boom. That's what happens. We've got a bit of a crash there. We have quite a bit of a crash. I'm going to have to go back and sort this out. I want to get this back onto the road. Right. That is... I knew that was going to happen, to be honest. The weight of these guys basically means that, quite literally, they are heavy. They come down and they lose control. And when they lose control, they are pretty much done. This is just kind of Need enough enough. It's just not going forward. It's just not making. There's not enough. Right, hopefully this guy won't drive off road. Get back. If he drives off road, he's going to end up messing up. Oh, he's done. He's cool. On the road. So this is the perils of follow me, basically. Well, I don't know why he just did that. I really don't know why he just did that. Because quite frankly, he had no reason to drive off-road. He's on the road. The guy's on the road. He had no need to drive off the road at all. Okay, hopefully everyone is in the line. And hopefully no one does anything stupid. Okay, he is... Is he going to do it? Is he going to mess up? And he's let a stupid car get in. Oh, damn it. Let a silly little car get in. And that's actually, frankly, annoying. Right. We don't want to get too far ahead, because if we get too far ahead, they'll get lost. The car is basically turned off, which is good. Right, so here we have the flour mill. The rear vehicle, which is sorry. I'm just going to leave that there. The rear vehicle, which is basically the spelt wagon, we can leave that one here. We're just going to wait for them all to catch up. I should have probably led with one of these, to be honest. They are heavy, and they are not behaving. I'm just hoping this guy can stop. Boom, boom, and boom. He's literally. This is the guy I want to just basically pull in. I'm going to just drop him here, and I say we can just drop him on the grate here and stop and set him off unloading, and then we'll grab those and take them up to the next stage. Effectively, that's just going to fill up, and then we roll with the next lot. So this is kind of like the longest journey, but it's not that long. It's just we have to be so careful with these vehicles. Because the rear vehicles literally are so underpowered on this with this load. So I'm going to have to swap out those vehicles, I think. The man trucks we used to use were very had quite a lot of power, so they were able to cope with that hill. To be fair, this is the first time we've used these trucks on this map with this weight. We've used them elsewhere, but it's been a flat map. And when you're flat, you can see they're doing okay speed-wise in the flat. It's the hill that's the issue. Now that is the problem. Essentially, the fundamental problem we have. Okay, we need to stop. Whoa! boom, 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 boom. I don't actually want to go this far forward, and these guys actually needed to stop a bit earlier. So they've gone too far. They literally have they overshot. If they'd braked when they were supposed to brake, they would have literally been perfectly parked to actually go back in here. So let's go and drop this one onto the load point. This is barley, so this one can go in this sort of zone here. This is our brewery. Will this brewery make it into Snetterton's farm? I don't actually know, and I don't know why, but we wouldn't slow down then. Well, literally, this is the. So I do have issues with this. Is that the unload point is notoriously hard to find. It is here because we've used this quite a few times now, but for some reason it is the smallest hitbox ever, and I don't know why. Because it is actually when on the actual underlying map, the hitbox for that tip zone is the full width of that grill. So I do not know why it just does not work. So oops, let's get in this one. Move this guy back. Not sure what load level will be on these once we're done. So once we've got this loaded, the brewery will kick in. We've got 100% water in here, so it's going to be quite easy to just sort of get it up and running. And another hard hitbox to find. Just check on the load in here. Okay, so we will turn this guy around. We'll take the, actually we might not take the road train separately back, but we're going to bring this out because this is going to go, one of these is going to go, actually both of these are going to go to the fire mill. I think the fire mill needs 100 and say 350k. Or the other one, it could have been 450, I don't know. But we've got 100k on each of these two, so it should be enough. And yeah, get a bit of production going. So the beer, the brewery doesn't output to the central distribution, and I am in two minds whether I want to do it because currently it sells, but we do have a lot sat there. We got was it 5? We've got 5 crates just sat there. So it's just kind of one of those. Do I? Not. It's yeah. I just want to hopefully get this in without actually too much hassle. Take it across the grass, we should be fine. So let's see, we need to go around the back. Right, I just do need to do one thing. So I do need to hit the unload and lock. Because I want to sell these all. These go in. We are okay. Next, I do need to pop into the one at the back and do the same. That's a little bit more precarious because the way they kind of bounced off each other. If I drive this forward, it should get the follow me guy to go through and unload, and that's fine. And we can take that down, back down to the farm. Now, because those two guys are empty, I'm going to actually put these two as, because they're so much lighter, I'm going to put these guys as second, sorry, third, yeah, third and fourth in the train. And put these two guys first as we head back. Now you guys can't see this, but I've got a little spider crawling across my screen. It's quite funny. I don't know where it's come from, but decided to take up residence in the middle of my screen, which is kind of funny. Now, if this was some other game where I needed to kind of be complete control of my screen real estate, it'd be a problem. But this is farming sim; it's not necessarily a problem, but it is kind of funny. Right, we have a driver. Let's head down to the flour mill. We do need to get on the right side of the road. We're not as slow as before. The great thing about having the slower vehicles in the lead is that you can control the speed a bit more. We are getting up. I am getting up a good speed though. The great thing about these tricks is it's the kind of the slow part of the curve, the power curve, that's the problem. Really, kind of have to gently slow down. So we will kind of. So we're not going to do. I'm going to take a couple. Well, I'm actually going to basically turn two of these. And I'm going to jump in this guy and just do that so the guy behind us doesn't follow. Let's roll this one off the trigger. He's empty anyway. You can see already this guy's basically been producing flour, almost half a pallet actually. The flour mill's pretty good. The way we've set this up, it produces so much flour. I don't know why, but the original Stevie flour mill, it took 150k as an input, and I haven't changed the production rate, but the 150k would basically mean that it would actually eat through the flour in the grain in a really short period of time. So it was kind of right. It was kind of fast, really. Hopefully, it's going to still be on, and we can unload. Look how much we've got on. Ooh, it must be 400k. Yeah, I must have done it as 400k. I can't remember exactly what my limit was I put on this, but we've just put 400k of grain in there, so it must definitely be 400k as the limits. Right, kind of doing a bit of a juggle situation here. We've got vehicles upon vehicles basically being added to and stuff, so we're going to get them all onto the road now. Get the convoy going back basically. That is the trick. I don't really want this guy following him down, so I'm going to pull him really close to the back before I put the follower on. So we've got all of the vehicles now in a line. New convoy. Still got the hill to contend with, but we're now empty. So this is going to be much quicker. Although going down the other side of the hill is going to be just as fun. So what can, we've got so much. We have literally. Need to check on our others. Actually, are the okay? So the rye harvest, the rye seeder is finished. The big bud is still going. How are we doing behind us? We're doing pretty well. They're all basically following along nicely. The trick is going to be how do we get this downward bit is going to be the fun bit, because literally they are catching me, and the trick is we don't want them veering off. We don't want them stopping or trying to stop, because that basically just causes them to crash. So what we just need to do now is we need to pull them into the yard, and we need to do that without crashing. So let's get them all into the yard. This could be fun. They should all be nicely. Yay! We've actually managed to make it all back. That's good stuff. So let's undo that one. This guy needs to basically. Oh, the big bud's just finished. Good stuff. Let's draw these forward. What else do we need to transport? We've got compost we need to move. I have no idea where the other truck has gone. Oh, it looks like the semi just decided to kind of jackknife itself and do something really dumb. Yeah, so that's fine, because we kind of want them up there anyway, because they're going to go back to the sheep. This guy needs emptying. I'm not really sure what we can do with all the compost, to be honest. We're not running the BGAs. We don't. BGA money is not necessarily an issue. We have one BGA which we just do not need to actually do anything with. Let's just. Oops. Completely forgot this one. We actually moved this one without actually having to do any reversing. Before. I do like you just see where literally all the trucks took the same line, just a really thick dark brown line. Essentially this guy we can just leave here for the moment. We don't need him for anything for a bit. This guy we just need to take back over the road. He's kind of our wool pallet cleanup guy, essentially. His job is just to kind of pull them off and stack them nice and neatly. So we have some nicely stacked wool. Then we do the big old things. We've got 2 pallets of wool already. Yeah, so there we have it. We've basically just been doing a bit of a road train, moving some stuff around, getting some stuff to the flour mill up here, and getting some stuff to the brewery, getting some stuff to the wool, to our little new spinnery. Everything's kind of ticking along. One of the things I think we need to do probably next episode is I think we will be looking at, and I'm just going to jump into this because kind of do need to set this guy off on a little job, which is basically to do this edge of the field. Is basically we need to get a whole bunch of produce and stuff into the store and get it sold. We've got a whole bunch of stuff in central distribution now, and we can start moving it and get it sold. I think that's going to be one of our next jobs. We've also got a bunch of stuff from the Savapa Agro side of things that we haven't moved or sold for a while, and we need to get that going as well. So we have a whole bunch of things that we need to do. So essentially, we have tasks to do, yeah. We certainly have little jobs that we need to do and get things rolling. And I say this is just one of the little jobs that we need to do. I'm just going to do this whilst we finish off. So thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. And if you have, please hit the like button. And watch out for our coming episodes from Cherry Hills, from Snetterton's Farm, and the like. We should have a few map reviews as well, I think soon. I haven't done one for a little while, but I've been trickling out a big pile for a week or so. So I think I may need to do a new one or 2. That's going to basically hit that. Yes, so if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. And with that, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.